Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and I gotta tell you, we're always excited when we get the new Edge from Ozone. This is the V11, and every time they come in, I cannot wait to get these things out, see what Rob has done and designed to increase the performance of these kites. Because I tell you, when you have a version 11, you've been through a lot of things. Well, he blows me away every time. There are so many little integrations that he has changed in this kite to make this one of the big air kites out there, and I tell you, it's definitely the top dog out there. The way they manufacture, the way they put things together, it always blows my mind. So the V11, just to give you some background on the Edge came out many years ago as the race kite. Then all of a sudden, the race kites kind of got taken over by the foils, but they kept the Edge going because the Edge was one of those kites that it has such a fly speed, a turn speed. It became one of the big air popular kites out there in the market, and it's still there. They have done nothing but improve awesomeness in this kite. Now, let me tell you a little bit of things that he's changed. I kind of go through it and look at small little things because I know Rob, and he's amazing at how he puts these little things in there to change, to give that extra performance, that extra edge on kite design. And I looked through it, so one of the main things that they have done in the kite is the changing of the dacron. Dacron material in kites is one of the waviest things, the heaviest things that goes into the kite. You've got your dacron and you've got your bladder system. So if you can go in there, reduce the weight of the dacron and the leading edge, the frame network of the kite, you will reduce its weight down. And when you do that, you're going to get more boost, you're going to get a faster responding kite, a higher jumping kite, all of that together. It's just like anything in race cars. If you make it lighter, you get a higher performance. So every little thing that they go through the kite and you reduce that weight down to get it an overall lighter weight performance kite, that's what they do in these kites. So you've got your dacron material that's changed. Cell material is still there. This is the triple ripstop polyester. It's great, highest performance you can get your hands on out there in the polyester side. But the dacron is the ripstop. I think it's a double, triple ripstop dacron. You get up close to it and you see all these little things. But the reason they've done this is because in the high performance jumping kites, guys are going lighter. So they're coming up with these new type of materials. Now some of them are so expensive, it puts these kites priced really, really high. So everybody's trying to find what material is closest to that, keep that price down there, keep it in the market, but give you all that performance. They've done it. This dacron is phenomenal. You can go into standard construction. You don't have to do any special construction on it, and it's repairable. It's a lot easier type of repairing. But the other thing that I looked through, one thing, and when you get into high jumping kites, everybody's doing their kite loops. So when you get any kind of flutter in the cell, that's a big problem. You want to reduce that flutter to almost zero. When you do, you get less drag and the kite has a faster turning speed. So down along the trailing edge, I can tell he's got little foam buffer type battens in here. It's not a full solid batten, it's just a foam. But what that does is it allows that trailing edge just to flutter. So on one side, obviously, when you're turning and it gets that warp, you're going to get a faster speed on the outside wingtip and it causes the flutter. When you cut that down, it will almost double the turn speed of a kite. It's really crazy. If you put it together and you calculated it, it's crazy what that little bit can do. Now, with all the little fine-tuning things they've gone through, one thing is really cool that I like about the Edge is their bridling system. This is a Kevlar bridle, sleeve back inside of itself. It doesn't have any coating on the outside of it. It's tiny as you can get it at full load strength, so you get that decreased drag through the bridle system. As well as something I really like about how Rob does a lot of his bridles, they're static. You don't mess with pulleys, you're not messing with something that's going to wear and tear. It is a direct connect to the leading edge and the trailing edge, super clean, really, really clean. And when you do that type of stuff, you've got to go down and protect tiny things like bridles. You've got to have right here where it connects to the leading edge into the webbing, sleeving. You've got to put sleeving on these lines. These are little tiny details that the Ozone factory can do because they own their own facility, and I got to tell you, it's really cool when you're able to do that in design of a kite. Now, when you go into the inflation system, one of the things that they have changed is their high flow valves. Nothing serious, but allows the air to flow out a lot faster. They still have their standard big, large Boston inflate and deflate type valve on here. And it's just a simple, great, smooth inflation, deflation type system, but they stuck with that. Now, the other thing that you can do on a kite to decrease its weight is strut. Strut's technology, I like this. Rob comes in and designs these tiny, small struts that really decreases the overall weight of the kite, again, giving you that performance back. So you make these tiny struts, he puts gross grain all the way down to give that strut strength and having any problems with that lighter type dacron. So he reinforces that all the way down, not just partially up here at the front where you'll get a bend at the front. They're running it all the way down. That'll increase the strength of that strut, but it's a small strut. Now, another question I like to tell people is why big air kites or high-low type kites have 5 struts. 5 struts cause stability in a sail. So when you're out there cranking in the high winds, you're kite looping, you're jumping big, highly loaded type maneuvers, you want these 5 struts. You can cause some collapsing in a kite if you don't. Keeping that sail tight, keeping the airflow over it all equal, causes that kite to be more stable in the air and jump really high. Now, I gotta tell you, this is a kite you definitely want to get onto. If you're in the high jump, those mega loops, big jumps, the Edge V11 is definitely one of the top ranks that I've ever been out there flying and put my time on. Love this kite in that high performance side. Accessories it comes with, it's got the bag, repair, parts and pieces inside of it. Nothing big, it's pretty much their standard bag. But all in all, you can't beat it. If you're one of those high jump, big air guys and you're looking for the highest performing kite out there, make sure you get your hands on one of these V11s. We've got them in stock. It's not an easy thing to keep in. We keep as many as we can because these move through. If you have any questions about sizing, hooking them up, what bar they hook to, don't ever hesitate. Give us a call. We do all this stuff here. We can make it right for you. Anyway, it's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com with the new V11 Edge from Ozone. Hey guys, Jeff here again. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. It really helps us out in making these videos. Have a great day.